welcome all of you here. We are grateful to Dr. Minister, Factory and Boilers, Providence sir, and Chief Secretary of Factory and Boilers, welcome sir. And to all the companies who have joined in this program of donating extra food to feed the poor as well as towards our shelter homes. Something unique in India, where a department called Factory and Boilers has connected with shelter homes and food bank. I mean, if I look at it, there is no correlation, but still we had approached the secretary about 1.5 years back. Sometime the secretary took up the idea, we passed it on to the chief factory and boilers. And most of the factories, 9 factories from Verna, and 4 from the other industrial estates, and we feel proud that we were able to collect 1 lakh kilos. It's not 1 lakh, it's 99,000 odd figure. We'll say 1 lakh. 1 lakh kilos of food which would have gone waste. And along with that 1 lakh kilos of food, we saved 10,000 kilos of plastic which would have gone with that food. It's not only the food, it's the plastic bags which have gone in. And it was our intention that we should hand over a certificate or something from our side which your company also will be able to show to your management that there were some apprehensions when we started. No food is wasted. Most of the companies said they are not wasting food, so there's no food to give away. But we have completed 1 year, and we feel that we can go beyond 1 lakh kilos a year if we get in more companies. The idea spreads. If people understand that environment can be saved, we all have to work together to reduce the wet waste as well as plastic. And this was a project which we took on a 1 year basis. The good thing is we didn't have any food poisoning, no report in the newspaper, no complaining. A lot of apprehensions were there. Some companies have agreements with us that if any food poisoning happens, we'll be responsible. But with the grace of God, it went smoothly, it will go smoothly, and we feel that if all the departments under the government of Goa work together, we can comfortably collect 5,000 kilos a day, which is about 18,000 tons a year of wet waste, and about 180 tons of plastic can be avoided going into the garbage. And now I'll ask Sanjit sir to say 2 words on the project and then we came to him.
All representatives of units who we are working with. It was a spontaneous decision to assist an organization which is doing huge outreach to people who are deserving, who are needy, and we thought that this organization had to be assisted, had to be helped. When we saw data of how industrial canteens, factory canteens were having surplus food, which was going to waste, we thought that these numbers didn't do justice. And we started with 1 unit, but soon grew to a couple of units where almost 1 ton of waste is being collected. It's a huge quantity. And I was also skeptical in the beginning whether this food would really go. Are there so many needy people in Goa? Are there so many homeless people? Do they really have homes? But finally I found that this organization was given the state award as the best NGO 1 year. As Secretary Protocol, I was organizing that function, and I saw him go and get an award. So there was some backing that this organization must have really done, otherwise the social welfare department would not push an organization. Having said that, we had to then tackle skepticism from the industry, and rightly so. I don't expect every industry to think that where my food is going, who is this person coming, who is eating our food. skepticism from industry was there. But I think we had a couple of meetings, a lot of interaction. I think factories and units were assured that we were talking at the highest level, and we mean that this food need not be wasted, it should go to the needy. With a sluggish response to a very good response to getting vehicles refrigerated to take this food in a proper manner, maintaining the temperature, getting it across to the really people who have no food, it's a big task, and it was achieved. And I think nothing of this nature can be achieved without full backing of the government. The minister has been solidly behind us, behind this effort, and he has a long history of social service. So it does not need much time to make him understand these things. So his background of social service is there in fields of education, in fields of so he knows. Not only that, the Honorable Minister has taken an initiative to give this example to other units and ask other units also, Chief Inspector will approach other units to raise this, to join as partners in this scheme. And that circular which Honorable Minister has approved it. And I think other units looking at fellow units, fellow factories, it will be much easier for them to take on. But credit should go to this cohort which is here today, which we were the first. They believed in us, they believed in what we said, and they partnered us. You would not say it is a partnership. I always believe in partnership. It cannot be single-handed that the government is going without any support. This partnership has blossomed, and Street Providence also has been an equal partner, though they do the most of the running around. But it is a mutual partnership between the government, between the industry and Street Providence. I'm glad that your efforts are being recognized today at the highest level by the government. This recognition would go not only in boosting your morale and in sort of complimenting it, but I think it should be an eye-opener what a partnership like this can do or what a partnership like this can achieve. I think this vision could be now spread to similar factories and institutions wherein good food can reach the deserving through the vehicle of this agency. I compliment government and State Providence, his whole organization. Also, management also is part of the organization. I think they have done the ground truthing of this exercise. Someone has to do it. We cannot be at both ends. They had proof of their concept. That made it easy for us to and actual proof of where the food was going, how the food was going, who would eat the food, and how this could be a genuine effort. Thank you for all this. I would also thank Mr. Panta. He has led his department and he has gone on the field to get it.
त्यांचे अभिनंदन करता ते बरे करून म्हणटा कारण तेंच्यांनी जी पॉलिसी हाडली आमी ते स्ट्रीट प्रोविडन्सानसून ही करूंक शकता म्हणून जे सरप्लस एक्सेस तुमचे जेवण ते लोकांक पर्यंत निडी पावपा खातीर जे ही इनिशियल घेवन जे स्ट्रीट प्रोविडन्स तेंच्यांनी सिस्टमॅटीक कारण जेवण एका दिसा दुसऱ्या दिसा तुम्ही जेवण दिवन तुम्ही बऱ्यापैकी प्रिजर्व करून त्याने बऱ्यापैकी बरोवन डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करप हेवूय मोठें काम येदी मोठी जबाबदारी कारण आमी एकदां आमचे 4 जाणांचें जेवण पासून दवरलें जाल्यार तें येता फंगस बऱ्यापैकी जबाबदारी घेवन तेणी केलेंच आनी हें तुमकांय तुमी येदे मोठे कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर असून हे बारीकीतून आमकां गव्हर्मेंटाक कॉर्पोरेट केले जी गव्हर्मेंटाची जबाबदारी जावन आहा ताका तुमी हातभर लायले आनी तेज्या बरोबरूच हे बऱ्यापैकी सिस्टम एक घातली. ही सिस्टम कांय दिसता म्हणजे बसको जॉर्ज आहा हार्डवर्क आपले ड्युटी रिटायर्ड जायसर आमी पळयता एक एफिशियंट डायनॅमीक पुलीस ऑफिसर आसलो. आतां तेचो जो अनुभव आनी प्रॅक्टिकली तितक्या वर्सां तेणें ते ग्रावंडार पळयलें करिना पुलीस स्टेशनार आसून जावं फिल्डार गेलो आनी हे तेणे लक्षांत हाडून हे करून घेतलें तुमचे कडले पासून प्रेसिडेंट फ्रांसांनी आमचे पांगमान एफर्ट तुमचे कडेन करून हे एक सरकाराक आनी गरिबांक खूब मोठो एफर्ट. कारण आमी पळयता रिटायर्ड ऑफिसरूय जाले जाल्यार रिटायर्ड जाल्यार पूण पेन्शन घेवन घरा बसता. आतां म्हाका दिसता रिटायर्ड जावन 4 वर्सां जालां आसतलीं 2 वर्सां तरी ते आपलो वेल्युएबल टायम रेस्ट घेयनासतना करता. खरेंच तेंचे उपकार आनी अशेंच आमी काम करपाक जाय. तांकां देवा कडेन मागता काम करचें कारण फुडूच न्हू आमी आयकता त्या प्रमाणे आमचे एनजीओ आसा बाकीचीं कामां कित्याक फाटीं वजरे थंयसून करपाचें आसलें कांय कारणान आमचे ते उरलें. म्हाका दिसता ते हेच्या खातीर सिंदूर ते जेवण बाकी एक्टिविटी आहा हे प्रॉफीट तशें चिंतिनासतना जावं आपलो टायम पिड्ड्यार उडयनासतना सोशल वर्क केलें मोठें कारण एक ग्रेट. कारण हांव तुमकां पयलीं येवचे पयलीं सांगला हांवूय चड भितून इंट्रस्टेड आहा कित्याक आमचे कडेन ना. इफ यू गो टू गुजरात एंड पोपट बाय हियर आनी खूब जाणां भक्ती मोठ्या प्रमाणान तेंची ह्या धर्मशाळा बी बरें जेवण किचन बिशन सगळें म्हणटा बरें ट्रिटमेंट हें आमच्या गोंयांत जावपाक जाय. इट्स अ बीग प्रोजेक्ट जावं ह्या हितून तरी आमचे कितकेशे शेकड्यांनी तुमचें जेवण हाडून सरप्रसाद ते लोकां पर्यंत पावता मागयता तेन्ना हांव तुमकांय बी सगळ्यांक देव बरें करूं म्हणटा. आनी आयज सरकाराचे आनी तेंच्या मार्फत तुमकां तुमचें एप्रिसिएशन आयज आमी थारायलां प्रेजेन्सन आमची तें आमी तुमकां
joined us in 2017. Okay, before this, the regular batch came in. One is Cremox, that is Vincent. Vincent, please stand up. He was the first gentleman in May 2017 who, till today, he gives us items from the bakery which are in good condition. The second company has been Deccan Chemicals. There was Andrew, who we were networking, he retired. And from 2017, we have been picking up food. And there is Colgate. So we had started last, I think so December 2017. There was a different team, different manager was there, and they had put a system. And these three companies, for some point of time, we were actually depending on these three companies to run our shelter homes in the initial stage. So we are meeting them first time. We are meeting Deccan Chemical. Vincent, we meet him regularly, but we are grateful to these three companies. Initial 2 years. The food which came from their units actually benefited more than 75 to 80 people who we had that time in our shelter, and we are really grateful that somebody they came to us. In fact, we did not go to them. They said, "Why don't you take up?" So 3 people: Cremo, Deccan Chemicals, and Colgate, and we are really grateful that you all stood with us when we didn't have it. Elderly man. Doesn't look much old, but elderly man, serving food with us, sir. Serving food with us faithfully last 6 years every morning at IPHB and JMC breakfast, except Sundays and a few days when he has other programs. But faithfully morning 7:30 at IPHB, correct? And 8 o'clock at JMC. 100 breakfast he carries with him, pre-arranged breakfast, so nothing to spill and And he does it faithfully by himself. Actually, we had a T-shirt for him, but somehow we forgot to get the T-shirt. And he's a gentleman who brings awards for us. So it's not that we have to give him an award, but various people approach him there, and he says,
Recently, there is a Ganga Zuari Academy, which is in Donapada. One of the persons saw me serving in near GMC. I was not knowing who is that guy. He told, since how many years you are serving, what are you doing? I told this. Then after 3-4 days, he said, "Sir, would you mind if we recommend your name for this Social Goodness Award, which carries a plaque, a certificate, and a cash also?" So they told me, I said, "Why not? But please remember, you are not giving to me, you are giving to State Providence. So the name shall be in the name of State Providence." They said, just in the last week of May, they gave the award in this one. So this is how things are happening, and I had a privilege of meeting sir at my home. He had come with the Silvera sir near Kurka in Azad Society. I'm sure you will not remember it because you go to so many houses. I remember it was a great occasion for me to have sir in my home, and I had a small, I should say, privilege to offer him something at my home. Thank you. Have a nice day.
We are grateful to Professor Pai, elderly man, retired, but he's there. Rain, sun, winter, COVID, entire COVID, he stood out. And now we are starting also outside JMC lunch in the afternoon, which he has technically agreed to serve.
Thank you.
Takes care of our operations. Some of the factories might know him, and some of the factories might know he is Sapnesh Salgaonkar. He takes care of our day-to-day operation. We also have John the Baptist. He has been with me last 7 years. He takes care of our work in South Goa. So anything that will be running from here to there, he is there in South Goa. And we will now proceed with this.
Representative of MS Comscope India Private Limited. Yeah.
Sir,
Markinson Farmer. Markinson Farmer. Sanofi India Limited.
Sir,
Sanofi. Mark Brown Engineering Private Limited.
Sir, my bus is excuse me.
Cremos Bakeries.
sir,
Sirla Limited. They can find chemicals.
sir,
IFB Industries. IFB. What's in Pharma?
sir,
Colgate Pharma.
sir,
Sir, lagi.
oh, sir, okay. Bang, apa? Sir, apa?
Siemens Limited.
Sir,
Siemens. Microlabs.
sir,
Lupin India.
sir,
would like to thank the Honorable Minister, and I have had a long association with him, and he's a very generous and large-hearted person. We have also want to thank our Chief Inspector, Mr. Pangal. He was readily obliging and helpful. And last but not least is my batchmate, Sanjit Rodriguez. Today is his last day. He's going to a place far, far away from Goa. In fact, he was supposed to go to Arunachal where I was, but now he's going to Ladakh. Let us, all of us, we thank him for the great initiative that he has taken. Let us wish him and his family that they enjoy the place called Ladakh. He's going where President LG over there. I was, when he was the governor of Arunachal, I happened to be his secretary. So a tough taskmaster, but I'm sure Sanjit, with all his charm and with his dedication and hard work, will be able to melt that heart. Wishing you well, Sanjit, for all of this. Thank you. And last but not least, our chairperson of Street Providence, who has a vision for all these things. I mean, he's hyper. When he has many things running in his mind, and it's always a challenge for all the government to actually accept most of his proposals, but we have been successful. Thank you very much, gentlemen, and we hope with your kind cooperation we will continue and more people join in and we achieve our target to have a Goa where no one goes hungry. Thank you.
आयज प्रोग्राम जो आसलो स्टेट प्रोविडन्स म्हणून एक ऑर्गनायझेशन आहा हे ज्यो मोठी मोठी कंपनी आहा त्यांचे कॅन्टीन बीन आहा आनी त्यांचे एक्सेस जावं सरप्लस जेवण आसता ते तेंच्यांनी स्टडी करून त्या कंपनीक एप्रोच जावन आमचे फॅक्टरी एंड बॉर्डर चीफ आनंद पांगम आणि सेक्रेटरी संजीत रॉड्रिगीज यांचे कडेन कन्सल्ट करून बरें स्टडी करून हे जेवण बरे पैकी कशें थंयसून निडी आनी जांकां खंयच्या फॅमिलीक मदत जाता हे तेंच्यांनी स्टडी करून हे सगळें जेवण तेंचे कडसून हाडून हे मोठ्या कंपनीचे लोकां पर्यंत पावोवपाचें हे एका वर्सान तेंच्यांनी मोठ्या प्रमाणात एक सर्कीट तयार केल्लें आहा GMCन जावं ISB जे मेंटल हॉस्पिटल आहा थंयसर बीन हे कोण पेशंट आनी पेशंटाच्या भायर सोयऱ्या दायऱ्या आसता तांकां समज गरज आहा ही तेंच्यांनी बऱ्या पैकी सोय केली तो बस बस ही तेंच्यांनी इनिशिएटीव घेवन जे आमचे सेक्रेटरी आसूं फॅक्टरी इन्स्पेक्टर चीफ आनंद पांगम आसूं हेंच्यांनी आपले ड्युटी बरोबर गव्हर्मेंट ड्युटी आसतना सुद्दां आपलो एक्स्ट्रा टायम घेवन हे सोशल वर्कान लोकां खातीर मदत जावपा खातीर इनिशिएटीव घेवन हे बऱ्या पैकी करून घेतलेलें आहा आनी खरोखरच हांवें सरकाराच्या वतीनूय तांकां देव बरें करूं म्हटलां आनी अशें जालें जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता गोंयांत बऱ्या पैकी ही सिस्टम आनी स्पेशली म्हणजे जेन्ना हॉस्पिटलान कोण एडमीट जाले पेशंट भायर जाले तांकां खर्चाची बाजू खूब आसता जेवणाकूय वचूंक खूब जायना आनी हे जे सप्लाय करता हे बऱ्या पैकी बरे क्वॉलिटीचे आज पासून तेणी सांगता त्या प्रमाणे एकूय कंप्लेन ना सो ही बरी सोय जाली एक बऱ्या पैकी आमच्या फॅक्टरीन बरे इन्स्पेक्टराचे हितून एक बरें फेदर कशें की कंपनी जर कंट्रोल जाल्यार कंपनी कडेन रिलेशन दवरून लोकां पर्यंत ते बेनिफीट पावय सारकें काम करता
अशें तरेचे इनिशिएटीव फुडें कंटिन्यू करतले
न्ही हे NGO जो आहा हे स्वता आमचो रिटायर्ड SP जॉर्ज बॉस्को आहा दुसरो तो आनी एक तेजो चॅरमॅन आहा हेंच्यांनी पर्सनली इंट्रस्ट केला तितून आतां एक पळय म्हणून एक एक्स्ट्रा रिटायर्ड ऑफिसर आहा सो हे जे थोडे रिटायर्ड तांकां इंट्रस्ट आहा हे मदत करता सो हे कंटिन्यू उरतले कारण हे जे आहा तितके सेल्फलेस इंट्रस्ट नासता म्हणजे आपले इंट्रस्ट कितें आपलो फायदो कितें हो चिंतनासतना करता हे ते रिटायर्ड लायफान आपली सर्वीस दिता
आनी
हितून कशें आसा की पयशाचें इम्प्लिकेशन येना एका जाग्या वयलें जेवण हाडप आनी दुसऱ्या जाग्यार लोकांक डिस्ट्रिब्यूट करप फक्त एक व्हेहिकल हाडून तेंचें शिफ्ट करप इतकेंच काम जाता म्हणजे हितून आनी स्वार्थ कांय आसना
आनी कोणी समज मुखार सरलो जाल्यार डिपार्टमेंट तांकां फुडें सपोर्ट करतलो अशें
न्ही येवपूच जाय फुडें सरता डिपार्टमेंट सपोर्ट करिना डिपार्टमेंट कंपनीक तेंचे सरप्लस आहा हे तेंचे कडसून काडून कांय घेयना सरप्लस जे आहा तेंच सरप्लस जेवण आहा तें आमी घेता म्हणजे तांकां कळ्ळें की बाबा सरप्लस आयज 500 कामगार आहा तर 500 कामगारांसून एक 20 जाण डिलिव्हरी घ्यायला वयता ते 500चे जेवण करतात 20 जाणांचे उरता असे जेवणा ते शिफ्ट करतात.
So, ICE 19th 20th of June 2025, we had a program at Secretariat in the Honorable Minister of Factory and Boilers, whereby 13 companies who have supported us in the last 1 year, and we collected about 1 lakh kilos of food which we fed the poor. So basically there are 9 companies in Verna. There are 2 companies in Kurli, one in Kundai and one in San Jose de Ariyar. And the Honorable Minister, Sir Nilkant Halankar, Secretary Sir Sanjit Rodriguez and Chief Factory and Boilers Sir Pangam were present, where we handed over a certificate and a citation. The certificate has been signed by the Honorable Minister under Inspector of Factory and Boilers, recognizing the company's contribution of cooked food to feed the poor. We basically have avoided about 1 lakh kilos of wet waste reaching the garbage and about 10,000 kilos of plastic which would have gone along with this food. त्यांना जेवण ते वाटत मी प्लास्टिकाने घालतात ते सो तितले आमी सेफ केले आनी हो एक ट्रायल प्रोग्राम आसलो एका वर्साचो जे पळोवपाक कशें आमी सिस्टम मेकॅनिझम घालूंक शकता कशें आमी हे इम्प्लिमेंट करूंक शकता आनी सक्सेसफूल जालो तो एका वर्सान तितलेच न्हू आमी चिंतले की Government of Goa under the Honorable Chief Minister, if he gets these 4-5 departments, that is factory and boilers, labor, panchayat and environment, if he puts this basket together, we can comfortably save about 5,000 kilos daily food. That is about 18,000 tons of food in a year which will go into the garbage, and about 1,800 kilos of plastic going to the garbage. So it is an initial stage. It was a trial program. It was a trial collection of food, and in the full year, we didn't have any issue where food poisoning or any other issues were there usually. There was no issue. We have a frozen truck. Systematically, we collect the food. We have volunteers who feed the food. Food is checked at different stages. Mostly, the food we are feeding to people is at Baina, under the flyover where people come with their containers, and Old Goa, Chimbel, where people come with their containers. So we don't encourage plastic anywhere. The food also we collect is in food grade plastic containers. So which plastic encourage Korina. And let's see coming year whether we can increase more factories, whether the minister and the government of Goa puts a program together. Yesterday they issued an order to about 250 factories, explaining to them about the factory and boiler department has issued this order, saying that please do not waste food, give it to the food bank so that it reaches poor people. And we feel that we can save 5,000 kilos of food every day. See, there were about 13 factories. That is from Verna. There are 9 factories: Lupin, Teva, Maxon, IFB, Microlab, Sanofi, Comscope, Siemens and Cipla. From San Jose de Ariyar we have MacProud. From Kundai Industrial Estate we had Colgate, and from Kurlim Industrial Estate we have Cremox and Deccan Chemicals. So these 13 factories have been supporting us in the last couple of years to get this figure of 1 lakh kilos which we collected from 1st April 24 to 31st March 25. Yeah, the process is going on, but we want to go from 1 lakh kilos. We wish that we can touch 18,000 tons of food in the coming year if all the factories come into the program.
एका वर्षाच्या ट्रायल तुमचो सक्सेसफूल जालो प्रोग्राम आता फर्दर कितें अपडेट्स करपाक पयता तुमी
So it is now on the decision of the government. I said if these 5-6 departments get together and if they decide that they want to cut the wet waste, if they want to cut the plastic waste, because Goa is the highest per capita contribution of garbage in country. So we are having a ready proposal where 18,000 kilos means 18 and 5 zeros, that much quantity, 6 zeros food we are ready to cut going into the garbage, and that means divided by 100, that 1,800 tons of plastic going to the garbage along with that food. So it's a government call now to take. If they feel that they want to save the wet waste and they want to save the garbage, we have planned. There are enough of poor people to feed. Even if the food is going to somebody, it is not going to the garbage.